Hello, my name is Derek Benish, Associate Dean in Global Learning, joining you here from the Global Learning Office in 2008 Iowa Hall. I'm joined today by Josie McMean, who is going to talk with us about the Guatemala program. Josie, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for joining us today for this conversation. So when I mention Guatemala program, tell me about what that is.
Guatemala program, it really means a lot to me, really. I was adopted at 6 months from Guatemala, so it really means a lot to me. It was my first time back in Guatemala when I went. So it really made a huge impact to see like the stuff that we did, building a house. And that's what like the service trip was about. Building a house for the families that have never had a roof over their head, who never had a front door, who's never had their own bedroom. And that really means a lot to these people and kids. And so when we finished building this house for these kids of the family, it really was very heartwarming, and to see the impact we had was very inspiring.
And so, just to give us some context, kind of when this trip occurred, it occurred during Kirkwood's winter break, and I know we were talking a little bit before that you got on the plane in early January 2025.
Yeah, it was during winter break, so I like that, being able to not miss any school, because it was like a service trip, so it wasn't like I was doing any classes or stuff like that. However, I know that it's kind of hard too, because I mean, I like being able to I guess, have a time where I can just relax, but it was really worth it to be able to go and see the impact I had.
And did you find that you were then beginning the spring semester in later January, feeling like you still had that time to begin the semester afresh, or?
Yeah, I feel like I did. I think I had maybe 4 or 5 days, and it was like a weekend or something like that in a couple of days. So I felt like I had some time, and it wasn't like I was thrown in, and all my professors gave me like tons of homework on the first day. So just being able to have a couple days where it wasn't like just I come back and it's right into school, just having a couple days.
And then you mentioned about the Guatemala study abroad experience, and that you were actually building a house. And then you also mentioned about the kind of service learning aspect of it. So what does service learning mean as different from kind of taking a vacation or doing another type of learning experience? What is the service learning component?
Yeah, definitely. I've been on multiple vacations, so I totally get like being able to like go on a vacation and just relax and like have a good time, So when I learned that, it was going to Guatemala, it felt like a vacation to me. But when I got there and did all of these excursions, started the days of building, the service aspect of it really is seeing the impact of what you're doing for these people. There was the family that we were building for had 3 kids, and the oldest kid was always there in the morning and always wanted to help. So if we needed extra like concrete mix, he would run into the house and come and help us. And so seeing that just the little things, like we finished tile in the house, and I again, like, you don't have to speak Spanish. Sure, you can say hola, hello, and I told him, hey, like, I like said hola, and I motioned like to come over, and he came over, and the face of just brightening of like, wow, I'm actually going to have a roof over my head and a place where I can live, really showed that I'm making a difference in that kid's life. So
That's fantastic.
yeah.
And you mentioned about putting tile in the house, or just building the house in general.
Yeah.
You have any experience building houses before this?
Actually, no, but my grandfather had his own construction company, Novak Construction, here in Cedar Rapids before he passed away. And when I was like 4, so he was a very, he did tons of houses in the Cedar Rapids area, so I felt like when I was down there that I was kind of building the house in honor of him too. So
that's so fantastic.
Yeah, so
That's such a great that's such a great connection.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. So, Guatemala. Many people maybe have heard the name before, but they don't really know anything about the country. Well, how would you describe the country in terms of climate, or how it looks, or sounds, or?
Yeah, I think when a lot of people think of Guatemala, it is rated on like safety-wise a level 3, and Kirkwood usually doesn't let study abroads go to a level 3 country. But we were the exception because of the Imagine Guate program down there, and the guise of how safe they made us feel. So really just the culture down there and how different it is, and how really, like, if you were to fall down on the street, like, you could literally, someone would come up and help you up. Like, you don't have that here in the U.S. If you fall down on the street, everyone's just going to keep walking past you.
Oh, no.
And, it's very beautiful too. The roads in Antigua, so uneven. I think when I was not driving, but when I was in the car going to, like, from place to place, and the winding roads and all of that very much threw me. So definitely the difference of how flat it is in the United States to the, I guess, it's totally different of, you're winding and the unevenness, but then also just the really beautifulness of the nature of what it's like the volcanoes, like Atlan and all of that. Like, it's very beautiful. Like, when we hiked up the volcano, that was very beautiful to see. And when we hiked up Indian Nose, we saw the sunrise, and that was very beautiful to see over the city, like, to see that. So really just Guatemala is more than just, a level 3 country. The people down there are, amazing and great. Some places are not safe, but you can say that about the United States too, So, yeah.
Yeah, thanks. I think that's great. I think that's great insight, and it really sounds like the experiences you had were kind of very, very memorable and impactful and beautiful. Yeah. And so tell us a little bit about the food, because I think sometimes people are reluctant to go somewhere unless they know that there's a McDonald's around every corner or something. So tell us a little bit about the food there.
That is definitely something that is so my dad. My dad is someone who's like, oh my gosh, like, I don't want to eat a mysterious meat or something like that. So I totally understand that. food was very, very good. There was a couple times where it's like we didn't know what the food was, but we were able to. All five of us that went, we stayed in our own host family home. So if like we weren't able to like, I guess, translate to her, we all put our heads together, did a couple charades and stuff like that to try to figure out what it was. So we did figure out sometimes what it was, but even before you went, if you were scared about like food, you can even write down like food allergies or something like that, so then they know, and then it's written and translated in Spanish, so they know, oh, they don't want pork or they don't want whatever. And there was times where we did have pork and we didn't know that until we were done eating. We're like, oh, that makes sense. So, but it was very much I guess different because we had meals, like 3 meals a day all the time, and it was like, whoa, like this is definitely not how we have it in the United States at all. Like sometimes I don't even have breakfast, and yet I'm getting 3 meals a day right now. But the food was absolutely amazing. We always had fruit. We always had bread or a tortilla, and so, but they were very much, if there was allergies or anything like that, they really talked about it. And yes, there was a very nice McDonald's, and it is coined as the cleanest McDonald's in the world in Antigua.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is a fun trivia.
Yeah.
Trivia knowledge. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Would you recommend the study abroad experience to others?
Oh yeah, definitely. And I think that if you're nervous about it, definitely looking more into it, looking into the site of Imagine Guate, and learning more about the guys, Alexis, Eddie, and Luis. I really made some deep connections with all of them, and connections that I will have for the rest of my life. And so if like you're nervous about it, definitely something to look forward to, and invite your friends. I mean, it's really something that you don't have a chance to do here in the United States. I mean, sure, you can build a house, but being able to go down there and see how thankful someone is. And there was this one town that they told us about that they would go to, that the kids would just be happy to have an orange. They would get excited over an orange, or a jacket, or something very simple. So, I mean, if you're second guessing it, talk to someone about it. Talk to me. I would totally talk more about it. Talk to someone who's been on the trip, and talk to the 2 advisors. Christy and Sandra are both, I don't know what I would do without them. They were very amazing advisors during this trip. So, yeah.
That's fantastic. Josie, thank you very much
for
joining us today and having this conversation. I learned a lot, and I hope that all of you watching today also learned a lot. This has been Going Live with Global Learning.